Hey, welcome back to Duckman Cycles and VW Garage. I'm your host, the Duckman. We're back today with my 1956 Beetle rear hatch. That's right. This is the rear hatch that I made for Eleanore. And if you're watching the video that I put up yesterday, you'll remember that I actually made it out of two hatches that were both rusted, but coincidentally rusted on opposite sides. And the coincidence was that I was able to cut them in the middle and restore them using a half of each. But the ironic part, and yes, I understand the difference between coincidence and irony, is that after I uploaded the video, it was video number 69. So, you know, when you take one end and you reverse the other end, and you put the two ends together, a whole lot of flippity-floppity going on here, and the fact that it was 69 was just, yeah, that was refreshing, and that made me laugh, just to say the least. This is video number 70, how about that? 70 parts to Eleanore, and I'm still continuing to chug away, a small bit at a time. Boy, it's like a million noisy buses and vehicles going down the road here at the same time. So thanks for joining me, you guys. I really do appreciate it. Please click the likey button, leave a comment. Don't forget to pluck the little dingleberry next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time I upload a video. If you'd like to email me, duckmancycles@duckshit.net, and check us out on Facebook, Duckman Cycles and VW Garage. We've got a big old group over there with close to 550 members on it, and those are the people that are just closest to me, the people that constantly have projects that they want to share, people that want to learn. Maybe they don't have a project, they just want to learn, or they just want to be involved to see what else is being worked on. You'll see a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm going to start uploading a lot more photos for some of the stuff that I'm doing. It doesn't make it into videos. My midday Q&A has moved over to Vivi the Duck VV. The subject at noon tomorrow is actually going to be, well, one of them is about this pinky that I've got. It's special and it's unique, and we're going to talk about as to how that happened and why it's not a big deal. So thanks for watching, you guys. We'll be back right after the intro. Bow. Alright, we're back, and if you can probably tell, I'm feeling a whole lot better. Whatever the hell was wrong with me this morning is like, I don't know, 80% gone. I still have a little bit of congestion up in my nose. I don't feel it anymore in my throat. My voice is coming back, and I'm feeling a whole lot better. So sorry for you guys that don't like my voice, but yeah, it's coming back. Oh, we're going to get to work on this hatch today, and one of the first things I'm going to do, well, the first thing I already did, I actually removed the clips. Got them unbolted and removed them. This one is kind of in crappy shape. This one's much better. I'm going to go look at the other two pieces that I have and select the ones that are in the best shape and use those. But the next thing we need to do before we get to welding this thing is we got to throw these in the sandblaster. And being that they're still cut in half, this is a really good time to do it. We'll try to blast off all these little imperfections that are on here. There's still some little warts that are on here, which appear to be some kind of glue. If I take a screwdriver and I poke it really hard, it flies off. It looks like plastic. And you can see these little bumps that are everywhere here. Some kind of glue that apparently is on it. And all that brown stuff that came off yesterday, I forgot to mention it, but I did get asked. The brown stuff, I thought it might have been clay or something, or it could have been like rust. But when I ran a magnet through it after the video was done recording, it didn't pick anything up. You know, so it had to have been clay or dirt, or I don't know, mud dauber nest, squirrel shit. I mean, it could have been anything other than rust. So the fact is, that's what we've got here. Alright, let me go ahead and prepare my sandblaster. I'm going to throw those things in. And I would show you a video of the sandblasting, but I've tried that before and the camera doesn't really pick up a whole lot of anything. There's a whole lot of dust blowing around in there, and the contrast isn't really good for the camera. My eyes can see through it just fine, but the camera just really has difficulty with it. Maybe someday I'll figure out how to get a camera inside the sandblaster and go that route instead. But until then, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to wait. So, we'll take a pause for the cause, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, we got the one side blasted, and that pinhole got a little bit bigger, which I kind of expected it to. But to my surprise, while I was blasting the bottom side of it, man, look at all that opened up. So I'm going to have to do some repairs on the bottom here. Thankfully, it's on the bottom. If they look a little ugly or less than perfect, you don't really care, because they're going to get covered up anyway, and you're not going to see them. But yeah, I hit that a little bit with the welder, and I can fix that. No big deal at all. Looking at the comparison between, before and after, See just how big of a difference it was here. No, I did not bother to sandblast the inside of this, and the reason why is because this paint just seems to be incredibly durable, and there's no reason for me to blow that through, because then I'm just exposing more bare metal, and like I said, there's no reason to. This paint has been on this hatch for over 40 years, and there's no reason that I would ever even want to consider taking that off. On this side, however, this side's a bit compromised, so I am probably going to be sandblasting through some of it, getting some of this monkey fur out of here. Yeah, so I will be getting in there. I probably won't hit all of it because there are some spots where, like right through here, perfectly durable. Leave it alone. It's going to be inside anyway. There's a piece of insulation that covers this. You're never going to see it. So I'll take the rust off just to stop it from rusting, but there's no reason for me to just absolutely level it. Now, there's no reason to do that. Okay, I do have a curiosity about these though, and it hit me while I was doing this. While I'm sandblasting, how much weight do I take off of this panel? Let's find out. Science experiment time. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm going to be putting it into grams because grams is a much smaller setting than ounces or pounds, and the decimal readout will actually go much further to the right. So let's see, we got 39 grams for that lid. Let's go ahead and zero it out. And the reason why I'm putting this lid up there is because it's going to be much easier to put this panel up on here without it touching anything. Okay, it looks like I got 1,585 grams. So that's roughly, a kilogram and a half. And hell, you know what? I actually can hit the conversion right on here. I don't even have to do the math for pounds. Not that pounds is even going to really matter much. 3.5 pounds, 3.492, that's 3.5 pounds now. But I don't have enough decimal places, I think, to be able to demonstrate how much comes off of this in both paint and rust. But we're going to find out. But 1,585 grams. Remember that. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, we are back, and we've already started losing light. But just to give you an idea, this is the second one we sandblasted, and you see all them black spots on it. This is actually a lot of pitting. And the sandblaster just can't get into the depths of these pits well enough. I mean, if I leave it there for an extended amount of time, yeah, it will eventually get through it. But it will compromise the metal, and it has in a few spots. There's pinholes where there wasn't before, even through the little arrow here, unfortunately, which that's going to be hard to fix and get it right. I also had some trouble burning through some of the... It's like a black coating that's on here that just, I don't know, it's really hard to get through. The sandblaster just does not want to cut through it. But once I get through it, there's no rust underneath it. So I don't see any reason I should have to hit that any harder, but I will try to remove it with some chemical means. Through here, this paint comes off relatively easily, but what I did was I just fried the spots where the rust was at, blew it through. But I'll probably wind up throwing this back in, but I was getting a really sore back from hunching over the blasting cabinet. I need to raise that thing up probably about a foot to make it more useful to me. Anyway, this will probably go back into blaster. Yeah, I'm certainly not done with it. But first I'm going to try throwing some chemical stripper on there and see if that cleans it up. And if it does not, then it'll go back into blaster, and if worse comes to worse, I'll go spend my $20 and go bring it to a local sandblaster and have him do it instead. Okay, well, let's find out how much weight this thing has shed. That's the curious question. I mean, it had to have shed something. I'm sure something came off of it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Move this thing in. Get us down there pointing at the scale. Okay. Currently at 0 grams. So let's see what we got. Let's see if the balance is better when it's on here this way. Okay, 1542. We had 1585, if I'm not mistaken, earlier, or 1543. Okay, so it's lost 42 grams. And 42 grams is that's roughly 2 American quarters, if I'm not mistaken. Well, anyway, that's success. Alright, I'm not going to wrap this up just because it's starting to get a little dark out here. I'm going to continue working. Worst comes to worst, I'll do a little welding up here in the garage and push the pan chassis out of the way that's behind me. Let's see if we can get something else done. Okay, after moving everything around in the garage here, I've decided I'm just going to go about welding this thing and hitting it with the chemical means or taking it to a sandblaster in the near future rather than trying to fuss with it and not get a video done tonight. I want to make some progress on this thing and I can't keep stopping. Stopping sucks. But what I need to do, as you can see, there's kind of a big gap in between the two here. And that's because this left side piece didn't get cut absolutely straight. The right side, however, is perfectly straight. If I lay a straight edge on there, I mean, it is dead nuts on. So over here, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to figure out where we're going to have to trim this down to a little bit. So the best way to do that is just to lay a straight edge right along it, go to where the maximum depth is, and it's better to use a scribe for this rather than a Sharpie. Let's see if I can find my scribe real quickly here. Should be right here in the toolbox. Oh, of course it's not. Well, anything with a hardened steel tip ought to do it. Like a screwdriver. And just get in here and make yourself a line. And now you can see that line is where we're going to have to shave this back to. Now an angle grinder will do it. You can also use an angle grinder with a sanding disc. And that will do a really good job of just shaving it down. And you want to get it down to that scratched line that I just made. So pretty easy stuff. Not much to it at all. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We'll be back in just a moment, and then we're going to start welding on this thing. Okay, that gap closed up pretty good. That's going to be real easy to weld over. I probably could have gotten a little bit closer, but close enough. These flappy paddle vice grips are incredibly handy. And as always, down in my video description, you can find links as to how to get some of this stuff that you can use yourself. I think we're just about ready to start some welding on here. So let me go ahead and pull my welder up into the area, and we'll start tacking this sucker together. Have a look at the underside real quick too, I didn't think to. Okay, looks like I'm glad I did, because this doesn't quite align right here. I'm gonna have to shave off of that just a little bit. Oh, I stand corrected. Never mind, it aligns just fine. Just one side was bent a little bit. There it is. Looking pretty good now. And in fact, you know what? I think that's where I'm going to start my welds. I'm going to start tacking together right here on the bottom. And then we'll flip it over and then do the rest. Because I don't want that gap to start opening up or flexing or acting stupid when it's really important to get that top, which is the side you're going to see, to be perfectly straight. Okay, back in a second with the welder. Got the welder set up, got my clamp on there. Usually I wrap that in some copper. For some reason I dropped my copper somewhere here in the shop and I can't find it. Is that it? Nope, not it. Wait a minute, no. Is that it? Nope, just some dirty cardboard with coppery color. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start getting welded. We're going to tack in a couple spots on here on the underside first. Currently got my welder on settings B, and wire speed around 4, 4.5, 5, somewhere in there. I'll play with it a little bit. If B starts to burn through, we're going to knock it back to A. Wait, B usually gives me some better penetration on sheet metal, especially for not compromised sheet metal. This is actually pretty good stuff right through here. There's not a whole lot of rot. In fact, there is no rot along here. It's all along there. Anyway, you guys get the drift. Here we go. Let's get fired up. We're going to try to time-lapse this sucker. Let's see how it looks. I'm going to back this up out of the way, though, so I don't bump it, because I'm always slamming into the damn camera whenever it's recording, and it's in my work area. Alright, let's go with that. No, I think I'm going to put some more clamps on there first. Where's my damn hammers at? Not the first thing I want to use, but it'll get the job done. There we go. Let me find my wire brush here. We'll hit it real quick. Okay. Turn the welder off. think we're looking pretty good. It's gonna need a little bit of grinding, a little bit of sanding, but it's not too bad. Of course, it's in one piece again. With 2 proper hinges on there that aren't falling apart. I know what the next thing is you guys want to see. We'll be back in a minute. Alright. Here is our flange inside the Beetle. Here's the hatch that we just made. Let's see how she fits. Like a glove. Man, does that look good with no rust on it. Man, does that look really good. Okay, it's gonna need a little bit of grinding, a little bit of cleanup. Got a little bit of play in all directions, so it should close up and seal just fine. I still need to get these hinges that go in here in the backside in there properly. I'll figure out about where center is. That side looks like it's dead nuts on. This side, on the other hand, it looks to be off a little bit over here. That's from when I was welding it. I didn't use any guide. I knew I was going to be cutting out a piece in there anyway. But anyway, obviously, I can remove it without experiencing a fight anymore. Before the other one would get all hung up, it was bad. And there it is. Pops right down into place. It sits in this little recessed section, so it should be perfectly planed off with the back section of the real parcel tray back here, and throw a little carpet over it. Hell, you won't even know it's there until it comes time to use it. Gotta repair my starter. Or is it this side? Yeah, starter's over here. Or if I have to replace my clutch cable, right here. Shock tower bolts. Get to all that right here. CV joints. I don't have to get the car up in the air to work on those either. This is gonna be really nice. There it is. So I think that's enough for tonight. Don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. Plug that little dingle bell you see down there next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to check out Duckman Cycles and VW Garage up on the Facebook group page. Now, tomorrow around noon, I'm going to have my midday Q&A where I answer a bunch of your questions. So if you have any questions regarding the work that I've done here or anything else you see in my videos, feel free to ask away, and I'll try to answer it in an upcoming midday Q&A video over on VV the Duck VV. That's right, my other YouTube channel, VV the Duck VV. This channel's going to have a lot more of the work that you just saw me do, and VV the Duck will have a lot more of this kind of stuff. It'll be my my follow-up channel, if you will, where I do the follow-up stuff and talk about other things, not necessarily all related to Volkswagens. Like, for example, people want to know about this Pinky of mine. We're going to talk about that on my other channel. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.